Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jin Young-jin. I'm the Director of Asian Art here at the Charles B. Wang Center. And welcome, everyone, to our annual Shadow Puppet Show. Can you believe it? This year marks our 10th anniversary with the collaboration with this creative team. And it's truly, amazing to see all of you here since we, come together to celebrate this, art form that is both ancient and timeless. So shadow puppetry isn't just about telling story. It's a magical combination of light, shadow, and movement. And this, story we're going to showcase today carries generation of wisdom, humor, and creativities. And today we have the hat made with a stone. It's a powerful tale from Korea. So before we begin, I would like to take a moment to thank two incredible puppeteers, Caroline Borderies and Suzanne Borderies. They are a mother and daughter team, and amazing musician Mirna Lekic, and wonderful narrator David McCorkle. And of course, our hardworking team here at the Charles B. Wang Center, and everyone who's here to support events like this. So thank you, everyone. We'll begin soon, but I just wanted to remind you that after play, we'll invite everyone to the backstage, so you'll get a chance to the magical, behind the scenes. So that's the highlight of our annual Shadow Puppet Show. And please welcome our performers for the first play, A Hat Made of Stone. And thank you, everyone.
Good afternoon. Did you wear a hat to the center today? Are you wearing a hat now? I'm wearing my Master of Ceremonies hat. You see, we wear hats for multiple reasons. We might wear a hat for cold weather, for hot weather. Sometimes we wear a hat to support a sport team. Or we might wear a hat to make a fashion statement. Or to go to a wedding. Or maybe to participate in the Fifth Avenue Easter Parade. Or to play dress up with friends. We don't always make a big deal out of hats. Sometimes we just wear them for fun. A long time ago in Korea, during the Joseon dynasty, it was a very different story. Korea, wearing a hat was a very serious question. Nowhere in the world were hats more important than in Korea, especially for Korean men. Outsiders who visited Korea at the time even called it the land of hats. Hats were key items in any Korean man's wardrobe. It was about a symbol of social status and authority. No outfit was considered complete without an appropriate hat. This custom was practiced by everyone, from the highest ranks of the elite class to merchants, from the newborn baby boy to venerated old gentlemen. No Korean man would appear without a hat, and they would even keep them on inside when they sat down for dinner. For at least 500 years, in Chosun, Korea, 300 different hats have served as indicators of class, gender, affiliation, occupation, age, marriage status, special occasion, and season. There were hats for scholars, for court, for merchants, for laborers, for bad weather, traditional Korean hats were made of oiled paper, felt, straw, horsehair, bamboo fibers, silk, and fur, and some were truly incredible works of art. In the story we're going to tell you today, we're talking about very special hats. Can you guess what these hats are made of? Okay, they are made out of stone. A long time ago in Korea, in a certain village, there lived a very bright and upright boy. Even from a young age, he was called a prodigy, but he never became arrogant. He was known for his deep thinking, often being told he was mature for his age. When the boy turned 15, he went to take the state examination. Despite his young age, he confidently passed at the top of his class and received his diploma with all deserved honors. The boy rode a horse and paraded back to his hometown. The whole country was abuzz with stories about the genius boy. People stopped in their tracks to watch and admire him. How did he pass the state examination at such a young age? They say he learned to read early and he studied tirelessly day and night. His parents must be over the moon. He's destined to do great things for our country. When he got home, his parents greeted him with great joy and pride. The boy, receiving everyone's expectations, rose to a high official position. As time passed, the boy turned 18. He was appointed as the magistrate of a village. The constable of the village greeted him, and the villagers were delighted and warmly welcomed their young magistrate. However, the local 5 officials, including the constable, felt differently. These officials barely acknowledged the magistrate when greeting him. They were displeased with the idea of having someone so young, of serving someone so young. How can we bow down to someone who could be our son? The young magistrate was very busy from the first day of his appointment. He had planned to set up a council with the officials of the village and to tour the village with them to see all the problems that needed to be fixed. He called for the constable, wanting to inquire about the village's situation. Constable, where are you? Constable! The constable finally appeared with a disinterested attitude. Yes, I'm coming. Constable, I cannot get hold of the other officials. I need their help to administrate the village. But if they don't show up when I call them, I need you to help me find them so we can get to work. Oh, they're probably busy working somewhere else. Maybe. But their duty is to work with me first to fix all the village problems. Let's go out and find out where they are. And off they went in search of the officials. After walking for a half hour around the village, the young magistrate and the constable finally found the officials. Here they are. I can see they're very busy indeed. I've been calling you over and over. You're supposed to come and work with me, not fishing or playing games. Follow me at once. We have lots to do. And they got up and followed the young magistrate, grumbling all the way to the village. Several days later, the young magistrate was again seated alone in the council room. The village officials had not shown up for the morning meeting. The young magistrate was quite offended by their attitude. Can they really treat me with such disrespect just because I'm young? Isn't there a good way to correct the officials' behavior? Yes, I have an idea that will do. He then called out loudly for the constable. Constable, hurry and bring the stonemason here. Why are you suddenly asking for a stonemason? Enough with the back talk. Just do as you're told. Well, at the magistrate's stern command, the constable reluctantly went to fetch the stonemason. You ask for me? Do you need for me to carve stone for the village wall? I have a different and special request for you. Can you make a traditional hat out of stone? What? Make a traditional hat out of a stone? The stonemason was so surprised that his eyes were wide. Can you make it or not? I'll try. Then I will give you 15 days. By then bring me 4 stone hats. Well, yes, I'll do that. He hurried back home to work on the stone hats. 15 days later, the stonemason came back to the council room. He was bringing 4 stone hats on a cart. Thank you, stonemason. You did an excellent job and in a timely manner, too. Here is the money for your work, and you can leave the cart here for now. I will make sure to return it to you soon. Thank you. You can leave now. As soon as the stonemason left, the young magistrate called the officials. They unexpectedly showed up almost instantly. It has been several days since I was appointed to this village, yet not one of you has properly greeted me. Could it be because the hats that you wear are too light? Therefore, from today onwards, you will wear these stone hats. Anyone who disobeys me will be severely punished. The officials looked at each other nervously. What are you waiting for? Put on the stone hats immediately. The officials' faces turned pale, and they groaned as they picked up the heavy hats. Barely managing to place the stone hats on their head, they all looked miserable. The hats were so heavy that it felt like their necks would break. The officials began to stumble and fall forward with a loud thud. Sir, we have committed a grave offense. We failed to recognize your wisdom and behaved disrespectfully. If you forgive us this once, we promise you to serve you with proper manners and a wholehearted devotion. Very well. I will forgive you this time. Ensure that there will be no need to wear the stone hats in the future. From that day on, the officials noticeably changed. They bowed deeply whenever they saw the young magistrate and immediately responded when he called. That good behavior lasted for a couple of weeks. The magistrate initially was very pleased and then soon sensed that something was off. The officials, seemingly coordinated, kept opposing everything the magistrate proposed. The officials still don't truly accept me as their magistrate. I need to correct their behavior definitively. One day, as they were inspecting the fields around the village, they passed in front of a sour gum field. The young magistrate had an idea. Pretending to know that sour gum was like wheat, he asked, "Oh, Constable, how many years does it take for sour gum to grow so tall?" The constable, rather sarcastically, replied, "It only takes 1 year for it to grow that tall." "Sir, sorghum is an annual plant. How could someone in your position not know that?" The magistrate calmly said, "Then each of you must cut down a stalk of sorghum for me. However, you must not break or damage the stalk in any way." The officials grumbled as they cut down the sorghum stalks and laid them before the magistrate. "Now, each of you must place the sorghum stalk inside your sleeve. The stalk must not break, and it must not stick out of your sleeve. Anyone who fails to do this properly will be severely punished." The officials began to try to fit the sorghum stalks into their sleeves. No matter how hard they tried, the stalks wouldn't even fit halfway. "Can't you fit a single sorghum stalk, which grows in less than a year, into your sleeve? And yet, you thought you could handle someone like me, who has grown and learned for 18 years. Realizing their mistake, the officials begged for forgiveness. "Now we truly understand your wisdom, magistrate. Please forgive us one last time." The magistrate gave them one more chance, and from that day on, the officials respected the wise young magistrate and served him sincerely. And they never had to wear stone hats again. Since then, the stone hats have adorned the entrance of the village council room. They are a reminder that wisdom is not a question of age, and one should always respect that wisdom.
say things you don't see, because actually what you see on the other side